All right. 1 2 1 2. You're now tuned in to the world famous Wake Up Show. I am DJ King Tech, man. Beside me, I got one of my, I consider him family, almost like a brother, man. We've been through a lot of stuff together. And recently, everybody was telling me, man, Crook is doing this Crooks Corner. So we got King Crooked in here. I still remember him as the OG Crooked Eye before Death Row, running the streets, coming up. As a matter of fact, I did something for him on that's going to come on. And what channel was it? Revolt.
Yes, sir.
And I voted you my top 10 MCs.
Let's go.
Ever.
Lit.
Ever. Because, and it's because, you know, man, I feel like I'm a historian at this point. I've kept track of all the way from the Melly Mel era till now, and the amount of times I've seen you perform. And I don't know if you remember this. I saw you get jacked. I've heard you get jacked a lot.
Right.
And you're real humble about getting jacked on your freestyles, like people just take a pattern, a pattern. And I really believe, Crook, that the time you came on the BET cipher when Suge Knight heard you in jail, pivotal moment in hip hop. It was nobody in the West Coast at that time had done something that it was like you had combined Cannabis, Method Man's powers, like you had just combined everything into one guy. that moment, that's what it felt like to me. Like, no, am I lying?
It was. I was hungry, man. You was hungry. I'm still hungry.
Then you came back 3 years later and over the grinding beat.
Yes.
And then you said your every rapper Suge Knight has signed in like one rapper.
Right.
And that was like, you have to think about that. Like, that's Tupac.
Yeah.
Snoop.
Put them all together. That's
Dre. Corrupt. It's like, it's going down the list, man. I was like, yo. So another pivotal moment, because I think a lot, like, you started hearing people rhyme like that.
Right.
So what is the new thing you're doing that's causing so much attention on the web, man? What on the net, or what is it?
Yeah, man. It's Crooks Corner, man. First of all, you know what I'm saying? It's a pleasure to be here. You know, I'm in here with the hip-hop historian master, radio god, King Tech. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
You know, I got the turntable guy behind me, you know what I'm saying? DJ Revolution, who I'm sure can win a international DMC battle with his eyes sleep if he wanted. You know what I'm saying?
He just
eyes
came from
closed.
the Himalayas, man.
You know
3 weeks. Yeah, made 3 new scratches. I forgot to tell you.
Yeah, so I'm in the presence of greatness. But basically, man, I've been using my platforms on social media, you know, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you know, going live and just trying to create a space where we could discuss hip-hop and rap, you know what I mean? And it's called Crooks Corner. So every single day I ask questions, you know what I mean?
Every day?
Every day.
Okay. Every
day I ask questions, you know what I'm saying? And we engage, you know, with each other online. And it's been beautiful because I'm here to try to lift lift hip hop through the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to ask the type of questions that nobody is asking. I listen to a lot of shows. I watch, you know, visual podcasts, and they never ask the questions I want to ask. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
So give me an example. What have you been asking?
Man, I mean, we got some great questions, man. Like, I might ask a question and get like 1,000 responses in like 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Give me like example of
one of them that I asked was what was the greatest opening bars ever? Because sometimes the way you open a rap is everything to an MC. You know what I'm saying?
What wasn't that one? Who was the winner? What was it?
Well, I tell you what it began to do was it began to create these threads on Twitter where somebody would say the first 2 bars of a great song, and then somebody would tweet the next 2, and somebody would tweet the next 2, and pretty soon we had threads of these classic rap songs all written out on Twitter, and people really enjoying their time at work, enjoying their time, you know, just pass the time. So, I mean,
what is your
Biggie?
Top? What is your top?
Biggie was in there. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. That was definitely one of them ones. You know, Pac had some, Jay had some. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. Like, you know, so that these are like classic openers. You know what I'm saying? So people, they have fun, man. I mean, it's a lot of drama on Twitter. It's a lot of drama on Instagram, and they know that, you know, we're creating a space where we could just talk about what we love, hip hop.
Okay, I see a lot of phone calls coming in. So what is the question you threw out there tonight?
Well, the question tonight.
What is it?
You know, I don't know how much you guys are up on what's going on with Eminem and Joe Budden. So let me break this down real quick. M dropped the album called Revival. He just dropped it. And, Joe Budden he was on a show called Everyday Struggle, that he helped create.
Okay.
And he gave it some criticism. And the criticism,
was what?
A lot of people, the first song, Walk on Water, I believe, with Beyonce, he said it was trash. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of made people like, wow, you're doing business with Eminem. You got a group signed over there.
Yeah.
And you're saying his music is trash. And I think he was a little too honest, if that's how he felt. I think he might have went, a little too far.
Is he angry at Eminem for some reason? Because trash is that's
a hard term. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he got on Twitter and he's like, yo, you know what? I apologize to Paul because he said the rollout was trash. Like, he went in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So basically, M dropped this song called Chloroseptic, a remix to one of the joints on his album, Revival.
Okay.
And he addressed all his critics in this verse.
Was it Joe Budden?
And a lot of people feel like Joe was one of those people that M was addressing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it got kind of crazy. Bizarre posted something, from D12 and was like, yo, I never liked you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Talking about Joe. And then 50 Cent posted a picture of Joe and was like, you going to get a little ass whooping. It's okay though. Don't even trip. You're just going to get your ass whooped. So it became this big thing.
Okay. So you threw this question.
So
what's the question?
So that's the messy drama part of it.
Okay.
So what I like to do on Crooks Corner is analyze the mess.
Okay.
And try to pull something that we can think about and take away from it. You know what I mean? So my question was, and it is, are we too critical of the GOATs? In hip hop, are we too critical of the GOATs? Do we hold them to such a high standard that we just basically compare their new work to their old work instead of what's currently out? You know what I'm saying? So are we too critical of the GOATs, or are we supposed to be like that? Y'all tell me. I don't know. I want to know. You know what I mean?
Okay, so now we open up the phone lines and they know you've posted this already.
Well, they're going to know now.
All right. All right. Okay, so what line you want to do? Let's just go. Let's test it out. See what they say. World famous wake up show, Crooks Corner. Crook, are you here? Are you there?
Yo,
hello?
Yo.
Who's that? Nick? Is that Nick?
Yes, sir.
Bay Area, did you? Okay, go ahead. So do you know? Does he know the question?
I don't think Nick knows the question right now. What's up, Nick? It's Crook.
Are we too critical of the GOATs?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I think when every time a GOAT drops his album, like Eminem drops some shitty LP, or
hold on.
Wait, hold on. Let him say. You know
what I'm saying? So we were kind of accepting of that artwork in the time. And I think right now it's 2018, and we got to look at that artwork fitting with the current state of hip hop and the culture, because they already had, they made the money, and obviously we have respect for those GOATs, right? We all know that's M, that's J. That can never be taken away from them. But I think a true GOAT has to stand the test of time. And, hip hop moves, it's evolving and it's growing. And if a GOAT can't put a project out that stands the test of time in that current generation, in that current time frame, and, wherever hip hop's at that time, then, the audience is not going to really feel it.
So what do you think? What kind of project in your mind should M have dropped? I mean, because right now you got a lot of dudes doing auto-tune, a lot of dudes doing trap music. Yeah. Are you saying that he should have did something like that?
From the response that I saw from the Chloroseptic remix, where he just snapped because he was legitimately angry about a specific topic, everybody loved it. I saw the comments, all my homies were talking about, yo, he destroyed that shit, he bodied that shit, because everybody was critical. I personally think Eminem is best when he's angry about something. He actually feels very passionate about something, when people are coming at him, when people are coming at his throat, and then he's like, fuck y'all, you know what? Sorry, my bad, it's the radio, I can't cuss. Screw it.
It's too late, bro.
Yo, this is Eminem station, bro. Fuck that. We gotta curse.
Yeah,
Nick is on point, man.
Yeah, I like your analysis.
What part of Bay Area are you from, man?
I'm from San Jose. I'm from South San Jose.
Shout out to San Jose.
I also go by. Yes, sir.
was a great answer.
That was a great answer, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you coming through. You know what I mean?
All right, let's go to where you want to go to, man. Rico in Orange County. You see that one? Rico. Rico.
Yo.
You know what the question is?
What up, Rico?
Yeah, I have something other than that, but I'll go with the question.
Okay.
In my opinion,
well, let's repeat the question one more time. This is radio. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the question is, are we too critical of the GOATs? Are we too critical?
Absolutely.
You think so?
Absolutely. I think the criticism has created the lack of lyrical popularity, which has turned into mumble rap or whatever. So if Eminem's album is not great, but we can listen to Lil Yachty, I mean, how do they compare together? It's like grading hip-hop on a curve.
So you saying that you think that the criticism created the mumble rappers?
I think so. The day that Eminem was not dope, but Lil Yachty or a mumble rapper could be considered good, that's in itself was created by that criticism.
That's an interesting viewpoint, man. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
What did you think about Revival?
I'm calling from Orange County, but I'm from Michigan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. There we go.
And I want to be biased, but lyrically it was pretty good, but it was not what I needed to listen to at the time.
Right. I like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we just not in the same space that artist is in. But, as time passed by, you might be cleaning up your house one day and you say, you know what? This old Eminem Revival song really is dope. You know what I mean? And sometimes music has to sink into you or has to match up with, the space you're in your life. So I understand that. You know what I mean? I personally wanted to hear more angry M. You know what I mean? So I get you on that, man. Thank you for calling up, man. Really appreciate you, bro.
All right, thank you, brother. All right, let's go to Malik in Alabama.
Hey.
Malik, you there?
Yeah.
You know what the question is?
Yeah, about the GOAT?
Yes.
Are we too critical?
Yes.
I would say that we are too critical of the GOAT.
Why is that?
But at the same time, I think they sort of need it. They sort of get complacent, people were really highly critical of Magna Carta, and then Jay-Z came back and made one of the best albums of the year.
Right, so you think it's pushing them to create and to stay on their game. It's like sharpening their swords.
But I also think that in regards to Revival is a great album. I love it, but it wasn't a great Eminem album. People have expected Eminem to do a certain type of music, that's like Slaughterhouse coming out and making an R&B album. Not to me personally.
Right.
If you guys could do it, I would love it.
I think they did called TGT or something like that. What was it with the four R&B dude? No, I'm just anyway. Yo, dog. I mean, here's my thing though. Is M rapping at a high level on Revival? Can we, as people who love lyrics and bars and MCs, can we at least say we might not like the songs, but is he rapping at a high level in your opinion still?
Yes, I think he still is. I think, actually, this is a hot take. I think Revival is in his top category, his top discography. And that's because when I'm looking at, for music or whatever, I'm not looking for, the beats, so to say. I'm looking for the storytelling, and Castle and the Rose and In Your Head has some of the best storytelling of his career, in my opinion.
Right. And that's the reason why these discussions are so valuable, you know what I mean? Because people need to really break down, like what you just said might educate a bunch of listeners, you feel me? And they might listen to it in a whole new light. So dope, man. Appreciate you calling up, bro.
Let's take Anthony in Jersey. Yo, Anthony, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Wake Up Show. Do you know what the question is for Crooks Corner?
Yeah, first, can I just say, yo, Crook, this is like a bucket list item talking to you, my dude. Like one of my favorite rappers. Good look.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And I'm glad you asked this, because from being from Jersey, it looked like BUDDEN was coming type crazy. But I want to say that we are. Here's the thing. Kind of like the last guy was saying, Revival contrary to his opinion and mine, might not be in M's top category, but definitely one of the albums of the year in terms of like lyrical ability. Because, and this is how I view it. Like those first two songs, Believe and Chloroseptic, he comes on with like new beats, kind of new flows, but still them bars. The middle of the album, I don't know if y'all saw, but he's like headlining Coachella and a bunch of things. Those are great like concert songs. You got Alicia Keys and Kalani singing choruses in front of 80,000 people. And then like the last guy said, Alone, Castle in Your Head, those are really OG Eminem songs.
Well, you know what? It's kind of perfect that you calling in from Jersey, because we just had a dude from Michigan, and you know, we got somebody repping for M's side and somebody repping for Joe's side right now. But you know what, man? Here's my problem with what my rhyme partner Joe Budden said. My problem is, to me, I think that we have to reassess the word trash. You know what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
Trash, I don't believe that somebody as technically sound as Eminem, and he knows the mechanics of songwriting, of rapping, of, you know, putting choruses together. He just knows too much of that, and he's too experienced in that area to release trash. It might be something that I don't like. It might be something I don't vibe with, but I think in hip hop, we're just using the word trash too much. Oh, that's trash. And then once you say that, you're putting him in the same category of stuff that's literally trash. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just think we need to reassess that, man. What you think?
Like on social media, I always see people be putting like the fire emoji or the trash one. Like there's no middle ground. like
it's either like fire or trash, or it's hot trash.
Yeah, exactly. Like when M raps and when people like you rap, voice everyone in the slaughterhouse. Like the way you do it, I enjoy rapping just for the technical ability, and the way you guys do it, it can't be trash because it's at such a high level. Like, you might not vibe with how the music sounds, but how you're doing it is not trash.
All right, Jersey, man, that's what's up, man.
All right, let's
Appreciate
go to
that.
Armand in San Diego. World famous wake up show, man. You there?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, you know what the question is, bro?
Yeah, are goats too criticized?
Yes. What do you think, man? Got Cricket over here.
Yeah, I agree 100% because the way goats are criticized nowadays is like that other person was saying before, is they're either trash or fire. There's no middle ground like that one guy was saying.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think people are too critical of goats is because I don't think they recognize what they did in their past work to be known as a goat, if that makes any sense.
Well, I mean, my whole thing is, like I said, bro, I believe that on Revival, in the case of Revival, M is rapping at a high level. He's in a certain place. I think he got a lot of pushback because of the content. You know, this is the first time we've seen political M like really on steroids. He's always made songs like America, different things, but he was really, really pushing a social justice message. You know what I'm saying? And I think that turned a lot of people off.
A couple things I heard were people saying like Eminem was only getting this political because he wanted a response, and maybe he actually didn't care about the black oppression he was standing up about. And I did hear a couple interviews where Eminem was like actually legitimately frustrated with the way the black people were being treated by cops and what Trump was doing. So I was kind of confused when Joe Budden and Charlemagne the God were saying that Eminem was doing it more as of a response instead of actually caring about the subject.
Yeah, I disagree with them. I disagree with them because, you know, I know M, and, you know, he's a genuine dude. I mean, he puts his heart into his music, and, you know, I don't see him trying to use that, you know, because that can endanger his career, actually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And some people think it has. So, nah, I'm not buying that. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's just like everybody else who's watching Philando Castile get killed live on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? In front of a young girl, and you know, watching, you know, Eric Garner be choked to death for being suspected of selling single cigarettes. Like, these are reasons that people should not die. And
Exactly.
I just think that, you know, any level-headed person is frustrated with that when they see it on their TV screen. And we as artists, we take our anger, our passion, our energy, and we put it into our art. And, you know, it's like Nina Simone said, you gotta make music that reflects the times. That's an artist's job. If you got a bunch of joints and none of them reflect what's going on in the world, I can't consider you an artist. So I think he did the right thing, and I really glad you brought that up because that's a great point, man. Thanks for calling.
Yep, nice talking to you, Crooks. It was an honor.
Wow, Crook, man, this is incredible, man. We need to do this every week with you, bro. Damn, man. Like, dude, this is amazing, man. So I get why people are responding to you because you're throwing out some dope questions, and people are like, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
people want to talk, man. They want to talk.
So we got to get you back, man. What's the plan?
You know, Crooks Corner, man.
Yeah, go ahead, break it down. How do they find you?
Have gun will travel. You know what I'm saying?
Gun will travel.
You know, we could do this on the road. We could put the show on wheels. It's all good, man. I just want to talk to the people, man.
So
about
give out
hip-hop.
your information real quick.
Yo, you can check me at Crooked and Triago on Twitter. You know, we have the daily discussions there. I ask daily questions on Instagram at King Crooked, KXNG Crooked.
Okay.
You can see me at Facebook. You know, come over there. Wherever I'm at, we getting these questions off. We talking this hip hop. We elevating the conversation, and we put in the conversation in its proper light. You know what I'm saying?
And your credibility, man. Again, for me, Rev, a bunch of MCs, man, you are in the top 10 of all time.
That's beautiful, man. I really appreciate it.
No, for real. Correct,
all those nights in the bathroom at 4 a.m. coming up with bars is paying the fuck off right now.
No. I'll tell you, my favorite story is I gave this cat like 10 beats one time. Was it 2006? He caught a flight to New York, came back, and had finished everything. I was like, hey, man, put the number 2 on. Here's a song. I'm like, oh, that's pretty dope, man. Let's write. No, put on number 3. I finished that one. Put on number 4. By number 8, I was just sitting back like, bro, you did the whole album on a flight, man? The whole album?
It was a long flight, Tech.
I was like, damn, you did a whole album on a plane. It's like amazing, man.
Just hungry,
Thank you, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
World famous Wake Up Show.
Yes.
The OG legend, top 10 of all time, King Crooked. We're going to have to get you up here to rhyme sometime this year, man.
Oh, yeah, 2018. Let's get it.
Sometime this year.
Yeah, man. I got work. I'm still doing that. Man.
Yeah. Black Thought did his thing, but I'm waiting for Crooked to do his thing.
There we go.
That's the thing, right? Rev, the only person that can match that is him.
Let's do it, man. You got that.
No, you don't believe that?
Listen, man, you're talking about having a Democrat battle a Republican. That's what I want to see right there. You can have your little political battles, bro. I want to have these two gentlemen sit in the room like you just said.
It ain't even got to be a battle, man, because, I mean,
of course not.
Black Thought did his thing already. But there's only one person in the world that could top that, and he's in this room.
You sound like you're introducing a superhero.
He is a superhero.
I feel it, man. Right. Family, thank you.
World famous Wake Up Show.
That's what's up.
One round of applause, King Crooked. Thank you. We're going to see you in a couple of weeks, my man.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.